And we're live. Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Basic Binges, part of Nom Talk Network. On this show, we review popular shows that are out right now while snacking and drinking our favorite binge-worthy snacks and drinks. I'm your host, Jefferson, and right now I'm enjoying canned water and a, what is that? Like a waffle snack kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a waffle.
Yeah, waffles.
Strudel or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah.
And joining me today are my guests. We have Kenji.
Oh, hi there. My name is Kenji. I am an actor and a martial artist. I am, I had some Ghirardelli chocolates earlier. I don't know if I have any left over. I might grab those, but I'm also drinking water from this mug that is from the campaign that my dad is DMing. My dad runs a D&D campaign, so I'm just going to plug right now.
Imagine having parents that are nerds.
I wonder what that's like.
Yeah.
It's interesting. There's a lot of hey Kenji, what's your dad doing this Friday night? Why the fuck are you asking about my dad? Well, because we want to do this D&D campaign, and I do that too. Like, there's a lot of my dad being invited to things over me. But anyhow, but yeah, plug.
Awesome. And then we have Ren.
Hi, I'm just a little cosplayer. I'm also a part-time writer. I've been published only a few times, but I'm working on it. Right now, I have a tiny little pink lemonade smeared off.
Nice. And goldfish. All right.
Yep.
Snack that smells gack.
Are we gonna be smiling right now for these two episodes of Junji Ito Maniac on Netflix? That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about how we felt about this show, about these first two episodes. This is Junji Ito's, I want to say, second attempt at his work being in anime form. First time was Junji Ito collection from Crunchyroll. Now it's through Netflix. And whenever the hell Uzumaki is supposed to come out by Adult Swim. Whenever the heck that's happening. But these first two episodes. Let's see. Let's start off with the first one, of course, the strange Hikizuri siblings. Episode 1 starts off with this family of 6 brothers and sisters. They are the Hikizuri family, and their parents recently passed away. And their oldest son, Kazuya, meets this woman in a park, and she's a photographer. And Kazuya is trying to woo this photographer. Her name is Sachio, and she loves like strange paranormal phenomena. And Kazuya invites her to a séance for their father that passed away recently. And the séance begins, and father does show up in a way. But yeah, other than that, let's talk about this episode. Let's see. I am forgetting the opening. I'm sorry. The opening was, I thought the opening slapped. The opening theme song was so good, but it doesn't really fit the vibe of a Junji Ito anime. How about you guys?
I was taking care of my cat at the time, so I had it on mute. I will say, without the song, visually, it's kind of nice, actually. The colors do like pop out and kind of also like give you a sort of journey. But then I put the song on, and I'm like, okay.
It's
like, I don't know. I feel like it was a hit or miss with the opening.
Sure. It's very like it's kind of K-pop-ish in a way.
Yeah, it's not what I expected.
Not me either.
No,
I felt like it was trying to be edgy, like
but edgy and poppy.
Like the rumbling from freaking Attack on Titan.
Oh,
I can see that. Okay.
It was
Okay.
trying to do that, but like the rest of the show kind of didn't match like the music and the vibe that
Mhm.
the
Not at
opening
all.
kind of gave. Like,
No.
I don't get me wrong, it's an awesome song
It
and the
is. Yeah.
visuals are awesome. Don't get me wrong, but what you end up getting immediately afterwards is doesn't match up. I feel
Mhm.
like
No, it's very. It of
it
the
needed
two
like a
episodes.
goosebumps. It needed like a goosebumps opening.
It
Like,
kind
Maybe it
of.
was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
are you
It
afraid of the
does.
dark? Kind of like real subtle stuff.
maybe it was meant like a shock factor. Like you know how some animes they have like woo this happy little song woo woo, and it's about people dying. Maybe that's what they were trying
Oh,
to go
like
with.
Paranoia Agent.
Yeah, or like what's that one? Lie in April.
Oh, you're like on.
If you don't know if you literally don't look up the lyrics,
Yeah.
it sounds all happy,
Yeah.
but the anime itself is not like filled with rainbows and ponies and happiness.
No, Your Lie
So
in April. I love that band.
maybe they were trying to go with that.
I can see that too. I visually stunning. It looks very MC. It took Junji Ito's work and made it look a lot more MC Escher in a way, like very
Mhm.
abstract looking, like constructs.
Yeah.
Ironically, there's some spirals in there, but we're not going to be talking about Uzumaki. And Tomie shows up and starts mouthing some rap lyrics. And that was awesome.
It was good.
Yeah,
It's just it felt so disconnected.
it
Like
did. Yeah, yeah. It's
the
very
opening
dissonant.
belonged to like a different anime.
Fair, fair. Yeah, very soundtrack dissonant in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's go for it. So this episode one, Hikizuri siblings, adapts the the first Hikizuri siblings manga, of which there's like two, I want to say. What were you guys' thoughts on this episode? Let's start off with Ren.
When it first started, I would say it did set the atmosphere rather well. After you get over, the opening and stuff,
Yeah.
the atmosphere it sets, I think it gives you a idea of what you will be expecting later on. So I wouldn't say it would give away what was going to happen, but it lets you know, like, imagine this is like your first time, you have no idea what this is, and you're just browsing and you click on this anime.
Hmm.
It kind of instantly gives you that sense that it's a more darker tone than a lot of other ones that are available on Netflix.
Okay. I can see that. Okay. And then Kenji?
Um, I personally was not a big fan of this one just because I feel like the Hikizuri siblings, like of his stories, are like one of his more milder ones,
Sure.
and that's like, that's not why I come to, uh, a Junji Ito story. I'm coming
Mhm.
for the crazy visuals. I'm coming for like the stuff that makes my skin crawl,
Same, yeah.
that kind of stuff. So because of that, so it was, I personally was a little bit let down. Like I personally thought that it would have made a better like second episode. But I mean, like I
Sure.
also get that, like, but I also feel like because it's not his more visually like gripping stories, I feel like it's the lesser known one. So I'm sure there's like a lot of like probably Junji Ito being like, I also do this other stuff too.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
Toto. They're not. It's like Toto. They're not just known for Africa. They have a great catalog. That you really need to check out.
Well, I don't know anything else other than that song by
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the point.
So you're saying it's like he's trying to show I got more things than just this in my
Yeah,
capacity of making.
yeah, which
yeah.
is
It's not. Yeah, it's not just I can. It's like I can make. It's kind of like I can make. It's, and when you think about it, it's almost kind of Evil Dead 2-ish. Like it's very like comedic,
it's
but
very
also
yeah.
trying to be while trying to be scary at the same time.
That's
Like
what I
I
saw
think,
too. Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like it's kind of like a nice way of him being like, I can do scary. We can be scary and we can be funny at the same time,
Mhm.
which I'm all for as well. But with that being said, though, I didn't feel like freaked out enough. Like I wanted to, yeah, I want a little bit more. I want a little spooks. I want a little more spooks.
Yeah.
Would you say it's like a good intro if you're not used to that type of like genre to start with?
I mean, here's the, I
I
don't
mean,
know,
it's
because
pretty
he's like,
mild in comparison to his other stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. That's why
but
I don't think it is.
yeah,
I think if you were to like have a sample platter of Junji Ito stuff, I don't know if Hikizuri should have been that first. I don't think Hikizuri should have been the fries. If that's what I'm trying to say. Like Hikizuri could have at least been like the garnish on a steak. But like, man, no, I would just like, hit the ground running and just do like Amigara Fault. Um the one with the neighbor and the face. I can't remember the name of it, but the one with the where the guy just like has like this neighbor that's just really unnerving, if you remember this story. That one, but it's like I respect it. The only thing that like really turned me off to the Hikizuri sibling story was, I guess, the tone. It really was like a more comedic story. That one sibling, gosh, if this was your first exposure to Junji Ito, I don't know if that one sibling, that really annoying sibling, I don't know if that can, if that's a good first impression for anybody going in, because she was really grating. But yeah, the story itself I thought was fine.
Maybe how the story was executed, it wasn't done as well as it could have been.
In general, I don't know if Junji Ito's animation, I don't know if Junji Ito's work is translated that well in animation in general. I think in animation we lose a lot of his like texture and his fine details in his work, and especially in this one, in this story, there was a scene where it was in the dinner table, and it just felt so static. It just felt so like there was just a shot that was just them eating and talking. And in the manga, we got close-ups everywhere of every family. We got close-ups of Shigeru eating his food, and it was like very grotesque. And in this anime, they kind of like made it so you hear Shigeru eating grotesquely, but you can see the oldest brother, more reacting to him eating. And I'm like, nah, I kind of want to see how the ugliness of this. I want to see Junji Ito, like, I want to see his work being translated on screen with all of its like ugliness. And I don't know, like I kind of didn't see that in this one, in at least Hikizuri. Yeah.
So you would say it was more smoothed out in comparison to how it would be like art wise?
Sure.
Like the tone that you would see in his like visually in his art was lost when it was animated.
Kind of, yeah. Especially at least in these first two adaptations, like especially the Crunchyroll anime. Okay, I'll say this straight up. The Crunchyroll anime was not great. For what we saw right now of these two episodes of Netflix, I'm digging it so far. I think it's a better attempt at bringing in these Junji Ito stories to anime. But yeah, again, I still do think that manga, I'm not even like a manga purist. I love watching anime more than reading manga, but something about the manga is scarier because of these like finer details in his drawings that I just don't see it in anime. Yeah, I, not to be like a broken record. Yeah,
I mean, well, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's that turning of the page.
That too, the turning page jump scares. Yeah,
it's like surprise.
Yeah, it's like and then you get like the thing that's behind Jefferson right now. You know.
Remina,
well played.
My homeboy Remina.
But maybe they're doing like, you know, there's trial and error. Maybe like this is the second attempt before they do like the work he's really known for.
I hope so. Again, we know that Adult Swim is attempting to do Uzumaki, and that's supposedly higher budget, all beef, no filler, 4 episodes. But man, 4 episodes to adapt all of Uzumaki is
it's like this thick. Like, how are you gonna do that?
A thick boy. That's a lot of story. And I don't know if they can succeed, but so far from just the trailer alone they had, I was like, yo, I'm on board for this. And Colin Stetson, the composer of Hereditary, was doing the music. And I'm like, yo, I didn't know that was an option. And I'm glad it is.
I was surprised he was into it because I didn't expect it.
Same,
But
yeah.
at least the soundtrack will be worth it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm down for whatever the heck. Whenever Uzumaki comes out, I'm down for it. But yeah, I guess we already touched on this first episode. We touched on the story and directing in general. Did you guys watch it in dubbed or subbed?
I watched it in Spanish.
Ooh, how was that like?
It didn't make it better,
Yeah.
but
I guess
like,
performance-wise, how was it?
so performance-wise, like I would actually say it's better than like hearing it in English. For me, Spanish is my native language.
Gotcha.
So it was better hearing it in Spanish than hearing it in Japanese. But they both have like captured like the emotions well
Mm-hmm.
and portrayed the characters in the situation as well as possible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I haven't tried German or French, but I only understand Spanish and English, so
I really should try other languages. I've only
they're really fun, actually. Like I've heard a couple in German. They sound so angry. It's really funny.
Oh yeah. Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. I really should try them. I think I'm gonna think about doing watching the dub of this, but right now I so far just watched the sub, and yeah, I mean, I feel like Japanese voice actors are just a master of their craft, and no one missed a beat here for me, unless Kenji. Did you have any other?
I only watched it in sub. I only watched it sub because I'm a purist like that. Like I really don't like listening to anything other than in the original language track. Like,
sure.
I mean, but that's the thing though. It's like if I'm watching a French film, I'm gonna watch it in French. You know, like that's the way I feel. Like, so like that's the way I feel about it. It's like, you know, or if I'm watching RRR, I'm gonna watch the original.
In Telugu, you watch RRR in Telugu.
Yeah, like I watch it in the original dialogue track. So I mean, unless every now and then you get like things like Prey, which is like, you know, by the way, watch Prey in the original.
Oh yeah, that was great.
It's that's great. It's great. But you know, but things like that. But you know, I can't really speak on the dub. And we'll say I think that the voice actors that they got for the Japanese version did a great job. But I will say the animation you were talking about, like with Junji Ito's like Uzumaki, they're gonna put a lot more budget into it, because I could tell kind of that they're kind of cutting back on the animation. So because of that, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we're not able to really see as well. Like if it got like initial D money, like it would look so good, you know?
Yeah, no,
like,
I hear you.
Because the most recent initial D movies, like they look like they came right out of the page, you know, because like just with the animation style that they went with. So
that looks like a real car.
well, not even it looks like a real car. It looks like how Shigeru Shuichi like actually like drew the cars like in the books. So like with like the way how he like the way that he captured motion on page, they somehow mimicked that into the new movies that they did. So it's like, you know, so it's like if you have the money, you can make it, you can do it. So like I'm really hoping that Uzumaki does.
Yeah, what studio is it?
Let me see. I actually did.
Is it Mad? Is it Madhouse?
Is it Madhouse? Let me see. In the meantime, let's how was your what was your opinion on at least the, I guess the I don't know what he was going for. Okay, in general, what was the point of the wheat? I wasn't sure what the point of the wheat was in the story, like the way that they with the I guess figured out like it was all a sham in the beginning and during the seance.
Well, they thought it was, at least, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, when like the seance started, I was like, okay, this is, like you said before, you expect more.
Yeah. And
it left me like with a lot to desire. I wasn't really taken with it. Like I was trying to pay attention to the story, but at the same time, it was like, left a little disappointed. And I don't know if that's from my like um obsession with horror movies or something. I've seen his other work, so it kind of left me sad.
I see. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I expected too much. I have no idea.
Studio Dean, by the way. Studio Dean, the Konosuba people.
Okay.
The Fruits Basket. Wait, New Fruits Basket or old Fruits Basket?
I was about to say, is that new or old? Okay.
Yeah. Which Fruits Basket?
Because like, I mean,
I'm seeing old Fruits Basket. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, because the New Fruits Basket was, it was okay.
Fantastic.
I mean, it was good, but the animation, I feel like I just feel like they're taking a lot of, like, I feel like a lot of times they cut a lot of corners
with the animation.
With the animation sometimes.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
that's how I felt with
like,
Shaman King. I was so excited for Shaman King, and man, that new adaptation was not there. Animation wise, at least. But okay, anyways, sorry about the sidetracks, guys.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when you got like a bunch of weebs in a room.
We get distracted.
Let's see. And I guess we'll just go for episode 2, which was two stories, which was really cool. I thought these 2 stories were a much better introduction to this Junji Ito adaptation. Like, it really set the tone in both ways. Like, I thought second story was comedic but also creepy, and the first one was just all out creepy. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, this was a better first impression. I wish I saw this first.
They switched them around, or at least put the other one in the middle or something, but not the very first episode.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, Hikizuri could have been at least in the middle, kind of like,
because like in the middle you can hide some stuff. You can hide it.
Exactly. Yeah, they could have been it would have been like a great palate cleanser. But anyways, first off, talking about these 2. So, Story of the Mysterious Tunnel is the first story that we're given episode 2, and it's the story of Goro, and Goro is anxious to visit this weird tunnel where his mother might or definitely might have committed suicide in, but other shit is going on inside that tunnel. Let's start off with Kenji. What did you think of this one?
So this seems more like the stuff that you would expect from Junji Ito, and I'm right there with you. This would have been a great way to start the Junji Ito series for sure. It was so much. I mean, it had the creepiness. It had all the things necessary to make it creepy. It was the creepiness that you expected, and I feel like, and because I don't know, and because I feel like I'm really worried that people are going to be turned off by the Hikizuri sibling story, because it is so off from what we're used to from Junji Ito, that it's going to turn people off who probably don't know Junji Ito, because I guarantee like other people have heard people like us be going like, oh dude, you gotta check out this guy. Shit, man. Yeah. He's really scary, like, so because of that, and sometimes they're like, and now they're on Netflix, so it's like, well, it's the easiest way for them to get it. It's like, well, I'm gonna check this thing out, and if it's that the first thing, they'd be calling, if I was a friend who didn't know who Junji Ito was and I saw that as my first thing, I would call up the friend that kept bugging me about it and be like, hey man, like it's like that it's like the Ricky Bobby moment. I saw Highlander, by the way, it was shit, like so that's just how I feel. Like it's definitely was not in the right place, but because it was good, it was creepy, I liked it. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I really liked it.
That's what I love about Junji Ito, like that the whole like fear of the unknown and all of his horror being just unexplainable in a way. That's and almost all of his victims are like innocent people. I love that shit. And this was it. This was definitely like a good like primer for what's to come. hopefully what's to come. I don't know what else. I actually did not look at the list of every episode that's being adapted, but like this was a great primer for what his work is.
Oh, the fourth story is really good. The fourth story is so good, and I'm really sad we can't talk about it yet.
Okay. I didn't watch everything yet either. I didn't binge this yet. So sorry, Nom Talk, basic binges. I did not binge this yet.
Well, I mean, I only went up to episode 4 by accident because I thought it was like 2 by 2.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
I
So
So
ended up
that
seeing
would
the
be
full-
released two episodes at a time.
yeah.
Yeah, like I thought it was, and because I was going through the list, and I was like, oh, okay, and then I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, this is one of those Netflix all in adaptations where they just like dropped it all. And also in other countries, they also got the same treatment where like, you know how like sometimes Netflix like locks up an anime that debuts in Japan that we get later after it's aired a bunch of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was like dropped all 12 episodes right now, kind of scenario for Netflix. But yeah, this was I thought this was a stronger first story. Ren, how did you think of this one?
The way it starts, it lets you like, you obviously saw something's up, right? But like you guys said, it doesn't explain anything. As you go through the episode, things keep happening, but you keep looking for answers, and the answers aren't clear. But the horror and like the mystery is. And that gives it, I think, a lot more strength in comparison to the very first episode. Because, like, I don't know, maybe in the first episode, it felt like you were getting way too much information rather than being like, huh, what's going on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I felt like you don't really know what happened to the mom. But did she
never do.
She die? Like, she obviously died, but did she, like, was it an accident? Was it suicide? Is it, you know, the tunnel is more than what it seems, and it's more than just the bomb. But it makes you want to find out more, and I kind of like it when the story pulls you in, and you just want to know more and more and more. But it just leaves you guessing at every turn.
Yeah, this story, I thought like it stopped at both the perfect time and the most inconvenient time. Like I thought we were just about to get some answers until boom, that really is the end of it. When I first saw the I guess the scientist, I was like, oh, is this a science fiction horror? I thought like I as a Junji Ito I guess novice in a way, I thought all of his like horror was based in the unexplainable and I guess paranormal. And I was expecting like when I saw the scientist, I was like, oh, is this a sci-fi take on his horror? And it's like, oh no, it really is just ghosts and shit. Or
it's what ghost hunters wish they got, you know?
It's what?
It's what ghost hunters wish they would get.
Sure. Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm saying.
Directing wise, let's see. The way that this was shown to us as an animation, yeah, the first few minutes where it was all silent was where it was a flashback of the name of the kid again. What's his name? Is it Goro? Goro, yeah. It was just a flashback of him and his mom, and it was all silent. And the mom looks back at the tunnel, looks back at him. Favorite sight in this entire second episode. It's just really set the tone and so eerie. What were you guys' favorite shots? Kenji?
I personally really liked with the just every time you saw somebody phasing through shit.
Yeah.
Like I really, really dug that. Like I was like, oh man, like first of all, it's like a part also because I know Junji Ito's like artwork so well. Like when I see that, it's like, oh, I bet this is what it looked like in the books, and I bet it's way more creepy.
Yeah.
Did you go looking for it?
You know, I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. But you know, like I mean, and I'm sure I probably could find it really quickly. But yeah, it was like, but there was like, so I really dug every time someone like phased through. It was like it was I definitely do like that. I like the unknown. I really liked it, and it's just based on what we've been seeing so far. It's kind of like Junji Ito presents the Twilight Zone kind of thing, where
He
like each
really he really is like the Rod Serling of Japan, or
yeah.
gosh, like
Well,
it,
I mean,
everything is a
well, it's hard to
cautionary
say.
tale.
It's hard to say because there's so many different like Japanese like just folklore out there as it is. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to talk about the '90s, I mean, Jefferson, you've seen. I'm sure you've heard of Gakko no Kaidan. Like, I mean, that's like
One
those
more
are
time, one
some
more time.
Gakko no Kaidan.
Kako no Kaida. Kako no Kaida.
Oh my god, dude, it's
Wait,
so
wait, high
good.
school what? Gakko is high school. What's
Yeah, no, it's like my school's
dissolving? Is that the one?
no, my school's like cursed, the curse of my school or something. But anyhow, like, or the haunting of my school, and it's they made like seven
Oh,
of these.
wait,
They
ghost
made,
stories?
is that what they're called? And yeah, because yeah, in English, because yeah, like they're awesome, dude. They are.
Yeah, I know.
They are
I've seen that anime. Yeah, I've seen that anime. Okay,
but
okay, cool.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I just feel like just the take that we've been getting so far with the tone of like with the Hikizuri twins,
Hmm.
the Hikizuri. Why do I call them twins? Hikizuri
Siblings.
siblings. The the mountain story, like just based on what it is, where it's like, oh, you think it might be like a paranormal thing, but actually no, it's just ghosts sort of thing. It's like
Yeah.
that's why I'm thinking it's almost like it's kind of like it's almost like that's why I call it like it's Junji Ito presents his version of the Twilight Zone sort of thing, because it's like it's taking like tropes and stuff that we know and we think about and that are in like Japanese like horror for folklore, but then like kind of putting like this really interesting spin on it, and I guess lesson too in a way. So
Well, so lesson here was
Don't go into tunnels.
don't go in tunnel.
yeah, stay out of the tunnels. Stay out of the tunnels, all right? Like,
Don't go
it's
ghost
not-
hunting, guys.
Like, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, Jeff, I don't know if you ever did that when you were in Japan, but like you know,
I
like,
thought
but
about
there's like
it.
a kimodameshi
Definitely
and
thought
stuff like
about it.
that. Yeah, like as a kid, you would do stupid shit. Like if you would like go if you had a friend whose family was like way out in the like way the hell out there, and you could actually go. There was like wooded areas that you could go to.
Oh, we're talking like out in the
Always,
woods, like the wood
Oh,
country,
no.
like
yeah, like
Fukushima or something.
yeah,
Okay.
you had kids like with a flashlight, a flashlight. There's like
Just the one.
you're 15 kids deep, and you've got a flashlight.
One has
You
a
know,
flashlight. One has to have a bug net.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Insect
like
net.
but that's what I'm saying. It's like these like kids would do this, and I feel like a lot of them would end up getting really, really badly injured. You know, and obviously depending on where you were, like you'd end up never being found again. And I think that this is kind of like one of those cautionary tales. It's like that boy. It's like a boy who cried wolf story, where it's like, yeah,
Sure.
you go too far into the you can go too far into the tunnel. Like, yeah, it might be safe if you do this, that, and the other, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what might happen when
kinda-
it gets dark.
Right. I kind of got a you're better off not knowing kind of lesson. He wanted so bad to know what happened to his mom that ugh.
It cost everybody.
Yeah. Ren, what was your favorite, like, I guess, like imagery?
So my favorite, I know it's mentioned, it was the phasing, but it's not them going through. It's at the end as you see it looks like blood start to pull beneath it as they get dragged down.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they're being eaten by the tunnel. And the blood is just left there. But then, like, you see them after, like they're hanging upside down and stuff. But like before then, it just looks very ominous the way they're just dragged so slowly. And as you're being dragged slowly, the blood starts to like seep out from underneath the ground.
Right. I wasn't even sure if they were like in half until the reveal that they were in half.
Yeah.
Like I thought there was like, oh, are they just hanging around or
like, oh, that sucks.
like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Again, I saw this in the original Japanese language subbed. I'm assuming you guys' two performances I thought were again phenomenal. Interesting perspective. Ren, how was the Spanish dub for this one?
Um, if you're not used to dramatic voices in Spanish, you'll laugh.
Okay.
But for me, I think it captured it well. Again, so I've done Japanese, I've done English, and I've done Spanish. For me, the Japanese and Spanish are like above the English in capturing like the distress and like the panic of the characters, I would say.
Okay.
Especially when they're starting to, like, I guess, die. Are they dead? I felt like that was really good, the way they captured it in their voice and their expression. Like it suited the character and it suited the environment.
Gotcha. Are any I guess like Spanish voice actor veterans in this dub, if you know? I don't know if they like have credits for.
I don't know. I don't really look. I should, but I don't.
I know there's like a lot of like famous like Spanish voice actors now in
Mhm.
animation, yeah, that like keep like getting reused and reappearing.
I've only recently started watching it Spanish because I realized I was actually binge watching Chase on that because everyone else I know watched it.
Yeah.
But I can't get over Denji. He annoys me just a little bit. So I said, okay, I'll just do it in Spanish. That way I can listen and I can do something at the same time. And that's how I ended up starting watching things in Spanish. And I realized, wait, I know another language. I can literally listen to it in Spanish and not struggle with the English dub.
Yeah. Oh, I that's kind of cool. That is a really cool like I guess like another perspective to have. If there was if more anime had a Tagalog dub, I'd be on that too.
I think there's been a couple of animes from Spain that are currently on Netflix, actually. I haven't looked into it, but I probably should, honestly. If like any of these, if the Spanish dubs of so far the shows I've seen are anything to go by, I think it's pretty, like, it would be an interesting take.
Gotcha. Yeah. And so I guess like on the tier list so far, Junji Ito's as a Spanish dub is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Cool. All right. Nice. Should we just talk about this fucking story now?
Ice cream.
Song is stuck
Ice
in
cream.
my head. Ice cream bus.
Ice cream bus.
That bus will haunt me for days.
I hate it. I hate it so much and love it. Okay, so for those that just want like a quick primer of what the fuck just happened, Ice Cream Bus. It was the second story of episode 2, and it's about an ice cream bus. It's about a bus and the bus driver, and he sells ice cream to children in this small town. And it's kind of a town where like it seems like everyone knows each other. It seems like all the kids like all like know one another and like have fun and like play, do stupid shit. And a bus just comes by and starts selling ice cream, and it's an all-you-can-eat ice cream. But the thing is, the bus driver also offers to drive these kids around in this bus, and a bus with no windows. Did it have windows? It did have windows.
No,
it had
sort
windows,
of.
but we couldn't see inside them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this just taps into so much parental fear. And this one got under my skin, not gonna lie. This one was this actually is a scary thought to think about when
Well, because like it's very close to real life, honestly.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's more of an allegory about stuff that could possibly happen to children, and it's obviously not just, and it's clearly obviously it's not just a like an America thing. It's like this is clearly obviously a global situation. Because this is a story that takes place in Japan. So it was very interesting to see that, of course. But I also, it's obviously kind of like also, and I love that these stories are also meant for kids as well, clearly, because because I mean, one, obviously, yeah, anybody who I'm sure like is a parent, this is a story technically about their worst nightmare, but
Yeah.
also and then like the consequence for the kid, rather than being like, this
Yeah.
really awful thing is gonna happen to you if you go into this bus. If the ice cream man says, "You want to get in my bus?" You don't, and the moral is because if you do, you'll turn into a pile of ice cream.
Yeah. That
Which-
ending. That
it-
ending.
is it cannibalism at that point, or
Hold on. Okay, hold on, wait. I didn't think
Well,
about that.
First of all, they didn't even get, none of those kids were even matcha ice cream. So like, I'm not eating any of those kids. Like, I'm just saying right now, like,
there's no mint
sold.
chocolate chip where I'm not sold.
Yo,
I'm not sold. I'm not sold on eating these kids.
I didn't
at
see
all.
Chunky Monkey. I'm not eating that kid.
I saw no ube.
Dude, okay. The God, let's go into it. Okay, so in general, well, hold on. I guess we already did touch on like what we thought about in general. This was creepy. The image of the kids just licking ice cream in the car, and it was just like a pile of strawberry ice cream. It's just something unsettling about it. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It's just, it was just like the communal aspect of it all, I guess. Like it was just like, it's like, I know it is meant to be creepy, but it's just like, it's just, I'm not sure what to think of it in a way. Like
I think it's something that there's something almost Pinocchio about it, like
Go
how
on.
there's almost like a gluttonous, like just pure instinct, sort of like just given to your desires and to your instincts sort of thing. It's like obviously for oh no, I guess it's not even Pinocchio. I guess this would be more or I guess Odysseus, I think, or is it Ulysses? I can't remember. But basically, there's a story where this general brings his soldiers to this island, and they start eating the food, and the soldiers start gorging on the food, and they turn into pigs, sort of thing. And it's because like they just
Cersei. It was Cersei's island.
Yes, thank you, appreciate it.
Isn't that the Odyssey?
That's in the Odyssey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's okay. So,
Ulysses goes there with his crew, and the crew is like, "I'm gonna eat everything."
Yeah.
Without a thought.
But I mean, I remember as a kid, I had like a book. I had like a book where they like hand drew that scene, and it was like done with like oil painting actually, and it was really, really terrifying. So like, I feel like that's kind of like the idea too. Like I was having flashbacks of that when I saw the scene of like the kids just eating like this ice cream thing. Like I was actually 100% convinced that these kids were going to turn into like these like a gluttonous blob. Like I thought they were going to turn into like Sanjuro.
Oh,
from
like
the first episode. Just being
there's a horror movie like that.
Like I want ice cream. Like everyone turns into gluttony from freaking Full Metal Alchemist.
No.
Oh, apparently the shaman is saying there's a question that came out. I don't know if you're seeing.
Here's a chat
on the Twitch. Yeah. Someone's talking about they'd be strawberry ice cream, and
they would be strawberry ice cream. Okay.
I don't know if they'd still want to be strawberry ice cream after watching this episode. Honestly,
actually, yeah, let's talk about it. What would your flavor be if you got turned into an ice cream by the ice cream bus? I think I'd either be mango or coconut ube. Yeah, how about you guys?
Oh, you're so Filipino.
You can tell.
What gave it away?
You said matcha? I heard Kenji, you'd be matcha, maybe.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, and of course, and right there, I'm so Japanese at that point. So like, I'm right there. we are the stereotypes of our people. The only it'd be matcha ice cream with little bits of red bean.
Oh, dude,
Oh.
that sounds so good.
I'm sorry, but like the red beans kind of growing on me.
Oh,
It's
you weren't a
kind of
fan of it
growing.
before.
I mean, as a kid, I always thought like the paste was like a weird texture. Like the beans, I always thought was a weird texture as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, like I loved it in like bread. Like I loved anpan, but I think that has mostly to do with anpanman.
Did you like it in
But
taiyaki?
I did. I really liked taiyaki too. But like that was the
Okay.
thing. Like when I liked it, but I had it in like ice cream. There was something about it that I didn't like. But now lately, I've kind of been like, I'm kind of with it. You know, I'm
Maybe
kind
you're
of with
all
it in
grown
my ice
up
cream.
now.
I mean, I will say like I used to I probably because like as a kid I used to be all about the salty foods. Like I also be like all about like the Japanese salt and vinegar
Yeah.
flavored
Yeah.
chips. Now I'm all about the sweets.
Yo, Japanese
I'm
potato
all
chips
about
are kind
sweets
of
now.
S tier.
I mean, they
They
are.
are.
They are
Yeah.
kind of mucho
Kalbi,
for sure.
jagariko.
They actually have flavor.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Ren,
Yeah.
what kind of ice cream flavor would you be if you got turned to a
That's a hard one. If tapatio and mango could be mixed, I would say that.
Is that an ice cream flavor? Tapatio mango?
No, but it should be. Oh no,
Is
it
it?
is. It is an ice cream flavor. It's a gelato flavor, actually.
That's that. There we go. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Like
Yeah.
it's the gelato mango, but like tapatio in the.
Oh
in the-
yeah, and the
on top.
mixture.
That'd be great. Oh, that sounds good.
Right?
Okay.
And that's different from like chamoy and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, chamoy is different. I would say I'm not a big fan of chamoy.
Really?
No, I don't like it.
Oh wow! I really dig that chamoy. I really dig it.
I don't. I mean, I think it's like it's too sour for me. It's got like a sour taste to me, but
Oh, okay. I can see that.
I'm also very picky.
Gotcha.
Our Nom Talk, I guess our producer on Nom Talk says red bean, and if their friend turns red bean, there'd be no remorse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey, if you're hungry and there's no food, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You really do. Yeah. Lord of the Flies taught me that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you got more, if my friend has more meat on him, I survival of the fittest. I gotta go eat.
Being on EBT taught me that. I mean,
On EBT. Oh no.
Oh no.
I want to talk about real quick. There was one point in the story of Ice Cream Bus where the dad wants to join his son and go on the field trip in the bus, and the bus driver's like, "Sorry, only kids can drive in the bus. I'm sorry, only kids can ride in the bus." And the dad's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense," and just doesn't go in. If this was America, they'd be that dad would have
give it back my kid.
Excuse me.
I'll kick you through. I'll kick your chest through your back. I'm getting on that bus.
I'm taking my kid back. Thank you.
Yeah. Japanese politeness is such an interesting thing to talk about. I think it's just it's I think it's very taken advantage upon, especially when a Japanese person like comes to America. And yeah, anyway, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, like just the way that the dad just not agreed but complied with the bus driver's rule. Just no, only kids can ride here. It's just something about Japanese politeness.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's older
generation.
I think
yeah,
an older generation because I feel like nowadays I feel like because
they would scrap.
I mean, I feel like they'd be like no, I feel like moms would start speaking up about it.
Yeah.
If it happened,
Dude, actually
nowadays I feel like a Japanese mom might have something to say about it just because like things are just different now.
You're right. And especially the fact that the mom wasn't around in this episode.
Yeah, they were separated, I believe.
They were separated. I feel like if the mom was there, you're right. She might have done something, but the dad was like, yeah, makes sense.
Well, like they said because like the dad's like, do you like being with your mom more?
Yeah, and he was like,
and that's when he decides to be like, okay, you can have the ice cream, you can go on the bus, because he wants to appeal to the child.
Yes. Yeah.
So the child wants to be around him as well as the mother, because it's either they're separated or they're divorced. And that's tough because sometimes the kid does favor one parent over the other.
Yeah.
Even if both parents are good, there's still favoritism. Because I mean, you're a kid. You can't help it.
Sometimes it's just that one house has an ice cream bus in front of it.
Yeah. With eyelashes and everything.
You know.
Oh, dude, yeah, that bus was. I want to see what that bus looked like in the manga. I want to know if it like had like all those like intricate details in it too.
I was jealous of the eyelashes. Like, damn, where do you go to get them done? Like, they're like long and all pretty.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a cat bus from Totoro.
It actually gave me Persona 5
Morgana bus.
yeah, but more creepy vibes.
Kind of did, yeah, that too.
It gave me it gave me what if a fallen angel from Evangelion were a Model T.
It was a Model T.
Like an old like jalopy style like car, like those old style like headlights, the thing. But then like the eye shape is just like with the way of like creepiness. Like I mean, I can see right now. Like it's like it looks like you see like it looks like an old school like bus. So like it looks like the eyes just remind me of the angel, like the big eye angel thing from Evangelion. Right. Maybe I don't know.
there were some like biblically accurate angel imagery in the opening too of the Junji Ito Maniac. Like a lot of eyes just like going.
I wonder if that plays in later episodes.
Yeah, I want to know if they're even.
Or is that just the opening?
I don't want to look at any other like episode summaries because I want to like go into this show completely blind. I want to know if they're gonna even adapt Remina or any other like ethereal horror that they got. Obviously, Uzumaki is not going to be there. Tomi, I think, has one story. I think Tomi has. They're adapting one Tomi story, but other than that, that's all I know. What did you guys think? Oh, by the way, ending credits. That fit the tone a lot more than I thought. The opening sequence, but it was very lo-fi. That's the best way I can put it. I watched both of these episodes on my old CRT TV because I revived a CRT TV and it was just perfect vibes. Like it was just VCR static.
What's a CRT TV?
Man, Kenji, we are old as fuck.
Sorry.
I know. You know when TVs used to be like the size of like just a box.
Yeah, the really, really huge ones.
Yeah. That they basically that's what we call CRT TVs now.
Oh, that's what they're called. Okay.
Yeah, like a big box with a big ass. Okay.
Okay.
The TV with a big ass is what it is. And I mean, saw
kinda.
Is it the kind that if they fell on you, you just die?
What is it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me turn off my my thing real quick. Can I even show?
Let me turn off my eyeball. Let me turn off the giant eyeball. Let me just turn it off.
How do I do that?
No, but like depending, like I remember I had one sitting on a very small.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here you go.
I think I actually had that exact same TV.
Oh, really? Yeah, Magnavox.
I think I had the exact same one. But basically it was sitting precariously on a dresser in my closet because I was like, I wanted to have a TV somewhere, and like my dad and everybody was starting to like move towards like smaller TVs, but like the smaller TV to like by smaller flat I mean panels. Like flat panel TVs, and because that it was like the only TV that we had that would like really fit was this big chonky thing, and I was like, but honestly, it actually helped. It made because of that TV though. Eternal Darkness works so much better.
I can imagine Eternal Darkness being better on a CRT TV.
Yeah, and also like the Metal Gear Solid jokes where the Twin Snakes where it says Hideo instead of video, like all that stuff. It works because like that was the
analog TV.
That was actually what my interface looked like, so it worked. So like,
okay.
But
this in general, the entire vibe of this thing just does feel like, in a way, lo-fi horror. In a way, yeah. That's like, and I think there's a lot of like crossover with Junji Ito and like analog horror. Without like without like putting it all into a box. But did you guys like stay for the post credit of any of these?
Oh, the little
for
like
this at the ending.
the anecdotes that he says at the very end.
Who is that?
Don't I
I
think
don't
that's supposed to
know.
be like I think those are supposed to be like author's notes, like the Junji Ito, like I don't know if you've ever seen like a Chuck Lorre
Oh,
production.
yeah.
The production like at the very end of the episode, like there's actually like a little
Mhm.
there's like a half a second frame where it says like it's quote unquote production notes, and
I
it's just
don't
his
know
thoughts.
because
And
the
it's sometimes it has to do with like the episode. Sometimes it's just like ramblings
wait, they were
of like
both
just his inner thoughts, and
they
I
were
think that's
both
what it is.
right. They're
Mhm.
both like continuations of each other, and it was both a guy being imprisoned and he has to write a letter, but there's no pen, so he uses his own blood. Did-
Do you think they're connected?
I think they are. Like both of them were the same story. Both of them were of the same narrator
Mhm.
talking about how, oh man, I gotta write this thing. I gotta send a message out somewhere, but I don't have a pen. But I am bleeding, so might as well use my blood as ink. And it was like, what is this Junji
So what
Ito?
is he writing on?
I
So
don't know.
what is
Oh,
he
Is it on
writing
the
on?
wall?
that's the thing
Where
though.
is
This
it?
episode 2 ended
Mhm.
with him saying, but there's no paper. And then it just cuts off right there. And I'm like, wait, where's this going? And so like I don't want to like look at I want to go in as is as it
Mhm.
unravels itself. I don't
Because
know.
maybe it's a story within a story.
It's just yeah, I guess it would be a story within these
Because
episodes.
if it ends that way in each part and each ending, then the way you're describing it sounds like they're all
They
connected.
are, yeah. It's the same
So it's
guy
probably
talking.
like you get stories, obviously, but then perhaps there's an envelope, like
Oh, you're
overall story.
a framing device is what
Yeah.
this. Yeah. I wonder if that's the case. That'd be really exciting. It's giving me a post-credit scenes of Gravity Falls vibes where there's like a secret message at the end of
There's
Gravity
always a
Falls.
secret message. Yeah. Oh, I
I
love
wonder if
Gravity
that's the
Falls.
case.
Ice cream, ice cream, ice
Ice
cream,
cream,
but
but that
I'll
is
haunt you forever.
Steph, our producer Stephanie. If that's not stuck in your head by now, but in this episode it will be. Um, anything from the chat? Uh, okay, our producer Stephanie wants to know where the parents were in that episode. There were older women, but what is happening? I don't know where the
Because there
other
was only
parents.
one. Well, I mean, I think there was like some parents off to the side, but you only see
There's
one.
three. We see
Yeah,
three.
you see three, but only the main one, the kid's dad. He was the only
Yeah,
one that really lingered and looked. And I'm like, did no one else bother to look inside?
no one did. Like no one else bothered to care. Uh, I haven't the faintest idea what could that imply. Because no other
Well,
parent like shows up
uh-huh.
after the fact too. We only see it from the dad's perspective. Truly, yeah.
Next, you don't see what the kids really see.
No, we don't. Yeah.
You just see like the parents, which I mean, like I feel as if this story gears towards like parents' fears, like you said in the beginning.
Mhm.
Um, because like as kids, we don't really know fear. We don't really care. I mean, we do a little bit, but like it's ice cream. Who's gonna care? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get some ice cream. But like, because we're not grown, we don't have that caution sense that oh, why is he giving free ice cream? Why is there nobody else around? Why is there only children?
Mhm. Mhm.
And like, I guess that's why I think it's set in a much older time, just because of the fact that no parent is questioning this.
Yeah.
Like right now, this happened right now, all bets are off.
There'd be a riot.
It wouldn't
Whole
even
town.
pass the first kid, not
Mhm.
even.
Mhm.
But like, I assume in older times, like 70s or something, maybe older, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Mhm. There
Because I
really
mean, like,
is no
why would you steal a kid? Who would think of doing that?
right. There really is no like set time to when any of
Mhm.
this takes place. And that's I guess like part of its timeless nature, but also really eerie in a way where like any of this could just happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
kids are getting kidnapped as is. So
mhm. I don't know if that was this is all interpretation. We don't know if Junji Ito really
Who knows?
is trying to say that, but yeah, no, the guy is prolific in his in his views of in his views of horror. Yeah.
And that is a deep horror that is ingrained to anyone that has someone they love or a child. Even pets get snatched now. So it's a fear I would say most, if not everyone, has.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I hear you. Let's see.
I was gonna say, I'd also I also feel like that ties into a lot of like, maybe this is my take on it, but like just the idea of how during that time there was like a lot of pressure. First of all, especially in the 90s, I know that a lot of my friends in Japan, they had a lot of single parents. So because of that, there was a lot of kids that were being raised by like media. You know, they're raised by television, raised by anime and video games. It's literally the reason why the population is declining right now. But because of that, like I feel like there was also like I feel like it was like a kind of like a maybe even like a forewarning to like don't let your kids also like don't be passive with your children. Be like be firm and like set boundaries because they they might spiral into like just being gluttonous blobs of nothing.
You try to hug them, their head falls off, you know?
Oof.
Is that what he did? He
I forgot about that.
He just was like, I'm like, whoa, there goes his head, too.
I gotta see how this looked like in a manga. That was a really
like
cool
I should
fight.
have I laughed at the part because it was just so like flop.
Yeah.
The way his tongue is just like
and he melts into it. I'm like, all right.
This also like reminded me of like there's like an Image comic out right now called The Ice Cream Man that reminded me of this character, the bus driver. Yeah, neither here or there, but it's also coincidentally a anthology horror comic. Not sure if that's where the author got the idea from, but it's a really good comic in general. But yeah, I think we touched on everything. Any expectations for where this anime could go? Like what is an adaptation of Junji Ito that you definitely want to see other than the popular ones like Uzumaki?
I'm pretty much open to anything that they can adapt of his work, just because I want to see if they can. Like this one, I would like. This one is a step above from the very first one.
The Crunchyroll one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
At least this episode particular, not the very first one, but like this one in particular is a step above from the first try. So I kind of want to see. I'm open to see whatever else they can try and how well they can do it before they do, the one he's known for the most. Like I want to see the steps.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Same. I think in general, Maniac Tales of the Macabre is so far as of episode 2 a better attempt at adapting his stuff. Kenji. Sorry, we caught you mid-bite.
Have they done the crab one yet? One where everything gets like a fucking set of crab legs and it's just like running amok on the town like shark. Yo.
No, but that has its own OVA.
Oh, does it?
Let me see. I'm pretty sure it does.
Because if it does, then like I'm definitely gonna need to check that out because Gyo is like one of my favorites. Like it just
Gyo has an OVA. Gyo has one OVA back in 2011.
Okay, because that was like my intro to Junji Ito. So like,
wow,
like I would love to watch Gyo. And now that I hear that they have it, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, I can't guarantee its quality, but it came out in 2011.
It might not live up to whatever you're expecting.
I didn't watch it yet either, but I mean, I'm seeing.
It's a ridiculous concept, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious at times, but it's also like it's hilarious because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's like but it's also really really messed up at times, and it's like really awesome.
Junji has like a lot of range. Like he could go from really subtle horror to like fucking sharks with legs.
No, sharks with legs breaking down the door.
Yeah. Did you see the meme of wait, I'm pretty sure we all saw this meme of like there's a panel from Gyo and the guy's like holding back the door and
come on and slam.
And it's I saw it's come on and slam. Another one was like somebody wants.
Oh.
That one always gets
the one that I've seen is come on and slam. And welcome to the jam.
Oh man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I actually have seen the next episode already.
Okay.
And it's it's definitely really, really good. It's one of those, it's one of those, but here's the thing that like the entire thing, I'm also kind of going, why in the hell would you start with Hikizuri siblings though, if that's the case? Because it's like with the way things have been going with Netflix, it's like with the way Netflix works, but by the way, like I can talk about the algorithm all day long later on, but with the way Netflix works, it's like, why wouldn't you start with the strong one first so that people are more enticed to stay until the very end, you know? And like it's like I would be okay if Hikizuri Twins was like episode 2, like the actual episode 2.
Sure,
you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like so like I'm just really worried that like people are I'm hoping I hope people stick around.
Yeah, me too.
I really hope people stick around. And I'm hoping that this also would, and if they stick around if enough people stick around, maybe that they'll put more money into it for the next season.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they put more money into it, they can make it look more fucked up. And I'm all
closer to the manga.
The manga, yeah. I'm sure there'll be like Reddit threads of people like making their own. Here's what I think the order of the episode should have been. I'm sure there'll be
100%. In this essay, I will explain.
Yeah. Here's why the hanging balloon should have been the first one. Kenji, is that third episode or fourth?
That's the third episode.
Oh snap. Oh snap. That one's a manga I've actually seen. Okay. Anyways, I think that's about it. We know Stephanie has one question for us. And so when the kid's head fell off and his insides were green, what flavor was that? Matcha, right? Matcha.
I mean,
it was too bright to be matcha.
So it's mint.
No, it's melon.
No, I would say melon.
Yes. It'd be melon. Yeah, I forgot that was an option, but I used to love eating melon ice cream, melon sorbet.
Yeah, it's probably melon.
You know what? No, it's melon. No,
when I go to Japan,
when I
go to Japan, I go through like a weird like melon flavor bender because like even if you go to a Japanese place here, it's really hard to find melon flavor, like a good melon flavor. So,
dude, well, we'll talk about this off camera. We'll talk about this off camera. But like, there's places in Little Tokyo where, yeah, we'll talk about it off camera.
You got things to say.
No, it's just I don't want to like shill for a store.
That's fair.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Well, it's basic binges. There's melon ice cream at the Marukai in Little Tokyo, guys. Go get it.
No! Famous last words.
Okay. I think that's all the time we have for today to talk about these 2 episodes. Thank you all again for tuning in. Be sure to join our Discord to keep the conversation going. Shout out to my guests, Kenji and Ren, talking about these 2 episodes. Kenji, where can we find you on socials?
You can find me at Kenjinator. It's on the screen right here. You can find me on Instagram. You can also find me on, I think Hive. I think that's the new one that they're doing. You can also, and you can also find me on Twitch at the Kenjinator, which is self-explanatory, and also on Sundays. Not this Sunday, because we're gonna be on hiatus, but this following Sunday at I think it's 1 p.m. usually. I do a D&D campaign with my dad, which is KD in LA on Twitch. Check it out. So yeah, I'm a level 7 Eldritch Knight, but I have them looking like but I have them built like The Witcher. So it's fun. It's fun.
as you should.
Nice. And Ren, where can we find you on the social?
So I only have Instagram right now. I used to have TikTok, but I got bored.
Okay.
So you can find me at _Ghost for my Insta, really. I'm mostly just active on there, or you can find me out on cons and like little events that I go to. I mostly do those.
Nice.
Like I might go back to TikTok if it's less boring, but it's kind of like bored me at this point.
I burned myself out during the pandemic making too much.
Same.
I was like on it, like making cosplay content on TikTok, and now I'm just like, man, I just burned myself out. We're all cosplayers here. That's right. I forgot to say that. We're all cosplayers here. Are you all going to another con at some point?
My last con I went to was Anime Impulse, where I almost drowned in the lakes of rain that was around there.
Yep, I bet. God, yeah. LA had rain for the first time in a long time last weekend. That's right.
It was a lot of rain.
Yeah, it was great. Kenji, are you doing any cons?
None I have currently on the docket.
Yeah.
Right as of right now. Maybe. I'm hoping. Maybe I might wait for one of the bigger ones. Maybe maybe WonderCon. Maybe
Yeah, WonderCon.
Maybe possibly depending on what show I'm working on. Maybe San Diego. Who knows?
Right.
Because So who knows? Yeah.
I'm gonna see what Pasadena has for that Pasadena Comic Con. I think that's what it's called. I'll see what's happening there. Other than that, no other plans. Other than I hope I can make WonderCon. We'll see. But yeah, you can find me at Jeffersaurus on all the social medias, including Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm not on there anymore as much. I really should get back on that. I'll find the confidence again at some point. But yeah, you can find me there at Jeffersaurus with a W. Let's see. Next episode. Tune in next time on Nom Talk Network, where we're going to be talking about The Last of Us Episode 2, and that's going to be hosted by our boys Mike Manalo, and our guest also is Kenji again, I think. Yeah, can you confirm that?
Yeah, I just never leave.
You never leave.
I'm like this Zoom room is just left open, and like sometimes I'm like the Tommy Chong in that '70s show. He's just kind of there, like that's me.
Just always there.
He's the Tommy Chong of Nom Talk.
I'm the Tommy Chong of Nom Talk. I got the hair and everything.
Yeah. Episode 2 of The Last of Us. That's going to be on Monday on... Monday. Hosted by Mike Manalo, also guesting Kenji and Jordan Orozco. And anything else? Yeah, looks like, Until next time, I'm your host, Jefferson. We'll be back with the next episode of the Junji Ito next Friday. Yeah. Thanks again. Have a nomorific day. Thanks, guys.